ratio of 1.95. And he also has a higher striking accuracy of 67%. So if Rodolfo Vieira can get this fight to the ground, he's going to have his best path there, seeing that Chris Curtis hasn't been very well versed in the ground. He's shown enough to get up, but he hasn't faced anyone to the level of grappling and jiu-jitsu that as Rodolfo Vieira. But as we know, every fight starts on the feet. And I just see Chris Curtis having his way, being just too technical, finding the right shots, landing shots on that body, and testing that cardio of Vieira and getting the win. So I'm going to go with Chris Curtis on the money line at -125.
All right, Jose Sanabria, find his picks over at TonySpace.com here. Pick one here from our UFC Fight Night card for Saturday's action, June 25th. Chris Curtis and Rodolfo Vieira. He likes Chris Curtis here at -125. All right, let's continue on here with our UFC pick show here for the Fight Night card on Saturday. Be sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you with us when we go live so you can get a bet into the best numbers. Let's continue on here with our show. Next up, our pick number 2 here features Nick Magny against Shavkat Rakhmonov.
All right, so over into the second pick, we're going to climb right up to the co-main event. And we're going to have a welterweight fight ahead of us against a up-and-coming prospect and a well-known fringe contender in Neil Magny, who is sitting at 26-8. Neil Magny is coming off of a decision win over Max Griffin. And he looked very well. He did look a little shaky, had a few moments, but he showed his veteran toughness and was able to pull off the win there. He's going up against Shavkat Rakhmonov, who is 15-0. Now, this is what I mean by prospect when coming up the ranks quick. He's got 3 fights in the UFC. In totality, all 15 of his fights have all been finished early, and most of them in the first and second round. Now, the one thing that I'll see is that Neil is going to want to get this fight to the ground. He has a lot of tools in his tool belt. He can kind of dance around on the feet, on the ground, but his real game is in the clinch and against the fence, and that's going to be his best pass with Shavkat, trying to keep him close and out of range and trying to hurt his body and just tire him out so that Neil can do what he does best and grind the fight into deeper waters. Now, Shavkat does have good striking defense and good grappling defense, and he also has power, as you can see in all 15 of his fights being finished and half of them being knockouts. I see this fight going deep into the late rounds. Neil is a very, very tough competitor. He hasn't been finished in over 3 years, and Shavkat is new. He hasn't faced a challenge this high. I think he's the real deal. I think if he can get this win in an impressive fashion against Neil, he'll be in the top 10 very, very, very shortly, if not right after. So give me Neil to use his veteran savvy and experience to keep this fight dangerous in dangerous waters deep into the fight. And I'm going to go with the over 2.5, but sitting at +110.
All right, Jose Sanabria, find his picks over at TonySpace.com. Pick 2 from our 4-pack from UFC Fight Night here for the card on Saturday, June 25th from Las Vegas, Nevada. Neil Magny and Shavkat Rakhmonov. He likes Neil Magny and Rakhmonov to go over 2.5. The return +210. Hey, you guys are checking out our UFC show here for Fight Night coming up on Saturday. Looking for Jose's best bets. Click the link in the description below. Click the All Cappers tab and get signed up for Jose's long-term passes or his picks for this UFC card. He's been on fire. 803 units the past 30 days, all documented. Don't forget the promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll save you 20% off. Let's continue on here with our show. It is on now to pick 3 from our 4-pack. We've got Arman, Tsarukyan, and Mateusz Gamrot.
All right, so we're kicking it into the main event of the show in the lightweight division. Arman Tsarukyan is taking on Mateusz Gamrot. Now, Arman Tsarukyan is 18-2, and Mateusz Gamrot is 20-1. So these are 2 guys that are very high level and have impressive records and have had very impressive fights up until this point. So this is going to be one of those fights where you may not know who both of these guys are, but by the end of this fight, you're definitely going to know who one is, if not both. I see both of these guys seeing each other again in the future one more time. They're young enough in their careers to do so. Now, if you look at Tsarukyan, his last fight against Joe Alvarez had a dominating TKO win where he just had his way with him on the ground and just elbowed, ground and pound Joe Alvarez in the second round. And then Mateusz Gamrot, who's also coming off of a submission win against Diego Vieira. Now, both of these guys are ranked very close, 11-12. So the winner of this fight is definitely going to be on the run for the title. Now, both of them have almost equal numbers right across the board, especially in offense, defense, and accuracy. Tsarukyan does have 3.47 takedowns per 15 minutes and Gamrot 5.83 takedowns per 15 minutes. So it's really going to be exciting to see who's going to overcome their opponent in whatever method they want. Are they going to stand up? Who's going to have the striking advantage? Who's going to have the better wrestling advantage? I think that this is going to be a fight that's going to go deep into the fight, and given it being a 5-round fight, it's going to say a lot about both of these gentlemen. Neither have shown any sign of any slowing in the 3-round fights, so I think that they're capable of giving us a 5-round war. I love how Tsarukyan never takes a step back. He's always going for the finish. Even when he's up 2 rounds to nothing, the last 10 seconds, he's still just pounding away trying to get the finish. And Gamrot is just a great, pure wrestler with power, and he has finesse as well. Both fighters have really only lost a decision. I know Tsarukyan has a knockout loss way early in his career, but that was like a 30-second knockout. You can kind of watch it under as one of those fights that just happened. So I see these guys being very tough, taking it deep. I'm going with the over 4.5 at -115.
All right, Jose Sanabria, finest picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Here we go. Pick number 3 from our 4-pack. Arman, Tsarukyan, and Mateusz Gamrot. He likes this one to go over 4.5. The return, -115. Checking out here our UFC pick show here, which is joined by Jose Sanabria. Be sure to tune in every Friday here at 9 p.m. Eastern time for the picks. Let's continue on here with the show. Let's move on to our parlay portion here of our show. We're going to start here with the parlay first leg of the parlay. We've got, I understand, kind of a tricky name, but I'm going to give it a shot here. T.J. Brown will be taking on Shilian Nurdanbeki.
Great job there, Tony. You got it. We're going to have T.J. Brown and Shilian Nurdanbeki. They're going to be fighting. This is going to be in the prelim, so we're going back a little bit. Now, in this first leg, I'm taking T.J. Brown at -195. He has the better accuracy in striking and in grappling. And he also has a positive strike differential of 3.87 landed versus 2.82 absorbed. Much better numbers when you look over than the Shilian side, who has a very low striking and grappling numbers, 30% or less on each side. And he also has a negative strike differential of 1.3 landed versus 2.93 absorbed. So he's almost taking 2 for 1 in the striking. He has a very low takedown defense of 33%. So I see T.J. Brown having the better wrestling, getting the fight to the ground, having his way on the feet if he so chooses to keep it on the feet. But I just see this being a one-sided victory for T.J. Brown, and he's at -195. He's going to be the first leg of the parlay. In the second leg, go ahead.
Yeah, we got the first leg okay with T.J. Brown, the money line, the first leg of the parlay. Let's get here to the second leg.
The second leg is going to be with Thiago Moises and Christos Giagos. This is going to be a main event fight, and this is going to be a nice, well-rounded fight between two fighters who are very good all around, very well versed on the ground, on the ground as well, with the grappling and submissions. But I see Thiago having a little bit more on the feet. He's shown more as far as technicality and decision making when it comes to the boxing, and he also uses the striking to set up his takedowns. Christos Giagos is athletic, and he does stay in there. He's not easy to kind of take out. He's very squirrely and scrambly. He likes to, keep alive in those moments when he try to take him to the ground. But he also has good jiu-jitsu as well, so he is a submission threat. Now, you look at Moises, and he has 6 subs and 6 decisions. You look at Giagos, he has 7 KOs and 8 decisions. So they both can finish the fight, but they're both more well-known to be finishers. So I'm taking this fight to also go deep into the waters, and I'm going to go with the over 2.5 at -130 for the second leg.
All right, Jose Sanabria, find his picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. His parlay, T.J. Brown on the money line, and he likes Moises and Giagos to go over total of 2.5. The return plus 168 on this parlay here from UFC, of course, Fight Night here for Saturday, June the 25th. All right, you guys are checking out our UFC show. Before we get to the recap, let's go ahead and take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com, where Jose Sanabria has been on absolute fire right now. You can find out his numbers here the past 30 days, 803 units of profit, all documents. So if you go to Tony'sPicks.com, you check out Jose's handicapper page, you can see all the results there. He's been on fire, near the top of leaderboards here the past 30 days over at the site. All right, Jose, we see you have your long-term passes up there, but what are your plans here for UFC Fight Night over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so if you take advantage of the monthly packages I have all the picks for my best bets for tomorrow's card, and there's also going to be a lot of Bellator, Cage Warriors, PFL, lots of MMA action throughout these next couple weeks over the summer. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be going heavy on that action there with the MMA. And also, you also got NFL creeping right around the corner, so keep an eye out for that. But right now, I'm going to be having the monthly packages and the yearly packages. And sometime later tonight, all the picks that I have compiled in the monthly package, I'm going to put in a UFC package if you just want straight UFC action as well.
All right there, guys. Get on board with Jose Sanabria over at TonySpace.com. You see the numbers, 803 units of profit, all documented. Get on board with a long-term pass. He has a 1-month pass, a weekly pass up there. You can get on board there. All of Jose's picks here from UFC, Bellator, MMA. We call it MMA, not just UFC. So MMA picks here, $329, but we can take 20% off that right now and off all premium pick packages when you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Jose's page by clicking the link in the description, click on the all cappers tab, and get signed up. It's good on any of them. On long-term passes, when Jose has his UFC pass, this package here, the one-day pass here for Saturday, it'll be good for that as well. So get on board with it. You can use that promo code as much as you like. So, of course, you've seen the numbers from Jose. He's been putting up some fantastic numbers over on the site with his MMA picks. So get on board right now. All right, let's continue on here with the show here, joined by Jose Sanabria. And Jose, it is now time for the recap.
All right, so starting from the top of the board, we have our first pick is going to be Chris Curtis on the money line at -125. The second pick is going to be the Magny Rakhmonov fight to go over 2.5 rounds at +110. And the third pick is going to be Tsarukyan Gamrot to go over 4.5 rounds at -115. And our parlay is going to be TJ Brown on the money line and Moises Giagos to go over 2.5 rounds at +168.
There you go, from Jose Sanabria, our 4-pack, guys. If you're looking for Jose's best, be sure to click the link in the description below. Click the all cappers tab, get signed up. Don't forget that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off all premium pick packages on Jose's long-term passes. He'll have his UFC pack later tonight up there for our live audience. If you're watching on replays or on demand, should be up there on the site as well as you watch it. Go to the site and get Jose's UFC pass here for Saturday, or the long-term passes as well. All right, that'll do it here for this edition of our UFC show, guys. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll have some more picks from UFC and Bellator as we move throughout the summer. Of course, we get into football. You'll see some more action here from Jose Sanabria as well as on his premium pick side. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Be sure to like, subscribe, set notifications. Tune in again next week. That'll do it for our show. Wave goodbye to you guys. Have yourself a winning UFC night, and we'll talk with you guys next week here on our UFC show on